Good afternoon, all. Yeah, welcome to our online classes. If you can remember, during the sizing of the inverter component, we're able to get the inverter capacity, the charge controller capacity, the battery capacity, solar panel capacity. Now, what is remaining is the cable sizing. How do we size the cable? Do we just assume a kind of diameter, or there is a formula of designing the cable? Of course, yes. Follow me. I will show you how to design a cable. All right. So now, the using of energy demand has already is over. We only use energy demand to design the previous component. But for the cable, we have to use the formula. Change in voltage is equal to 2Li all over Qx. Qx. Okay? Over Qx. Okay? Where dV is the change in voltage, which is what? 3%. Okay? And then L is the length of conductor, which is what? Cable. And Q is the conductivity of copper, which is 58 and is constant. Okay? And then X is the unknown. All right. So all the parameters are now defined. For us to get the diameter of the cable to be used, we say the change in voltage is 3%, which is the same thing with 0.03 times the system voltage we are dealing with. If you can remember, our inverter is 3.5 kVA, which is having the system voltage of 24 volt, which means we say times 24 volt is equal to 2 times the length of the cable. We have to consider the cable that was connected from the solar panel downward to the battery and inverter and charge controller. How many meters did we use? How many meters did we measure? If, for example, we obtain 15 meters, then we say, okay, times 15. And then I is the current, which is what? The IMP obtained from our solar panel. If you can remember, we have 8.22 amps as what? IMP. During the sizing of charge controller, this is the current we use. So we have to maintain the same current, which is 8.22. Okay, divided by Qx, which is 58x. Okay, so which means this x is going to be our unknown. How do we separate this unknown to the known? We have to do what we call cross multiplication. We cross multiply this way. So what we are having here, 2 times 15 times 8.22 is equal to 0.03 times 24, then times this 58x. 58x. So we have left hand side and right hand side, where right hand side is the one that is having the unknown. So how do we separate this x to the values we are having here? We have to do what we call by both sides by the value which the x is attached with, which is 0.03 times 24 times 58 divided by 0.03 times 24 times 58, where we can say this can go with this, which means we are only left with x. where x is equal to 2 times 15 times 8.22. What do we have? 2 times 15 times 8.22. What do we have?
2, 4, 6.
Okay, 2, 4, 6.6. Okay, this is what we have here. Divided by, what do we have here? 41.76. Okay, so this divided by this, what do we have?
We have 5.90.
5.90 mm. Okay, where we can say approximately we are going for 6 mm square diameter cable, of which length 15 meters. So this is how we size our cable, and I hope, okay.
Is it any instrument or device that we use to measure the length of the cable, that's from the panels to the this thing?
Yeah.
Because we cannot just imagine and
Yes, we have.
that's what I'm asking.
We have. That is why you have to have your toolbox. You have to have your own toolbox. This is a measuring tape. It has division of centimeters, feet, and meters. Do you understand? So now, for example, if you use, this is maximum of 7.5 meters, this one. So you can use this to measure the length at which you are operating at. Do you understand? You can also use your leg. If you divide your leg this way, like this, it's equivalent to 1 meter. When you measure with the tape, you arrive at 1 meter. Do you understand? So even though if you don't have the measuring tape, you can use this analogy, you can use your leg to determine the length at which you are to use. So that length, you are to use it in sizing your cable. Do you understand?
But in a situation whereby this device will not reach, will not go up to that panel to the this thing.
That is why I said, of course, you have to get to the rooftop before mounting the solar panel.
Okay.
So you measure the area where you are going to mount the solar panel. You take note of that distance. And then from the roof downward, of course, from the roof downward, you can take 10 meters. So 10 meters plus the distance where you connect your cable, your panels.
Okay.
You sum them. You also come down. You have to connect the battery to the charge controller and then the inverter. So you still have to consider how many batteries are you dealing with. Is it 2 batteries? Is it 4 batteries? Is it 8 batteries? If it is 8 batteries, what is the configuration of connection? Is it series connection generally, or maybe you have to do series and parallel connection? So you have to consider all those cables. So cumulatively, all in all, let's say you have 3 meters off, downward 10 meters, 13. Then connection of batteries and what have you. Let's say you take 5, you match them. So that is your total length of the cable to be used. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question again? Okay. So this is how we size our cable in inverter system. And I hope you enjoy this very session. Thank you very much. I remain Engineer Abdul Majid Mohamed Salisu from Amaxon Renewable and Engineering Company Limited. See you next week for another version of the lesson. Thank you very much. Bye.